Hi gang, Zinn here. We are interrupting regularly scheduled programming on avazin.com to bring you up to date on a story I have been following personally since the day it began, some 906 weeks ago. And it is my duty as a webmaster to inform a lot of people about this. It is a story I have personally been following since September 27th, 2001. Now, in case you're not aware of that, it was the day I was disenrolled from Indiana Wesleyan University. That happened some 6,343 days ago. Those are 6,343 days of wondering and heartache for you, the friends I went to Mississauga High School with, my friends and fans down in Marion, Indiana, and up here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Since that fateful day on September 27th, 2001. I remember that day very, very well because it occurred 16 days after 9/11. Now, in September of 2001, I was among the 700 freshmen on the Indiana Wesleyan University campus in Marion, Indiana, and as well as the new students there. There was a lot of construction, a lot of remodeling to the buildings at Indiana Wesleyan University, and apparently, as it turned out, that may have led to my disenrollment from Indiana Wesleyan University 906 weeks ago. So we're talking 17 years here. And just yesterday, I received a tip that pretty much cracked the case wide open. Some 18 years later. "906 weeks ago, on September 27th, 2001, that day began like any other day, and it ended up being one of the worst days of my entire life. And by the way, it currently ranks the third worst day of my life. After April 18th, 1996, and January of last year, January 23rd, I should say. On that Thursday morning, September 27th, 2001. Keep in mind, this person, then 18 years of age, an 18-year-old man, 18 years of age, at Indiana Wesleyan University, had recently went through a fateful prom that pretty much changed everything. On September 27th, 2001, that Thursday morning changed everything. And everyone, well, almost everyone, I should say, was devastated. And it was a mystery that would take 906 weeks, years of represented pay abuse, five relationships that went bad, 3 rapes, $27,500 from a 10-year period from September 30th, 2008 until the day I moved up here to Fort Wayne. And a lot of you are going to have asked me, why did you move to Fort Wayne? And let me tell you something. The IWU cold case is the prime reason why I left Marion after 22 years on the afternoon of May 14th, 2018. After having no luck finding another college to attend. And like I said yesterday, I received a tip concerning Indiana Wesleyan University's brand new housing policy, I should say. Keep in mind, this is something. I mean, keep in mind. Just keep in mind, I have been following the story from the beginning. And there is this new housing policy that Indiana Wesleyan University has decided to impose. Sorry about that. Now, this new IWU housing policy, I'm going to read this IWU policy. they are imposing about their new housing policy at IWU. Now I'm going to take the time to. I'm going to take the time to. Yeah. Just posted yesterday. Now this is the tip that I received, and I want to read it from the tip I received. Now this is coming from the Indiana Wesleyan University website. And I'm quoting this from them. So, the housing policy reads, all students must live in university supervised housing unless they are at least 23 years of age, married, or living with parents or guardians. Our housing policy is firmly founded on our experience that a crucial development in students' education being a part of the blessings and challenges an intentional and designed campus community. The maturity and growth that occur in residents' life during these important years are critical to the overall mission of the university in providing the future success of our graduates. At Indiana Wesleyan University, we take this developmental responsibility very seriously. That being said, what I just read about their new housing policy, and this is something I had exposed 18 years ago. Had I knew about this back when I was even, now keep in mind it's 2019, okay? Not 2000, not 2001. Had that been in place on September 27th, 2001, and had I known about it, I would not, and I freaking repeat, I would not have ever sent an application for admission to Indiana Wesleyan University. Therefore, Jenny Conrad would have never never have written that dreaded 927 letter that I received on the last day I set foot at the Indiana Wesleyan University campus down here in Indiana. And they go on, and I'm continuing what Indiana Wesleyan University posted on their website. And I'm quoting this from them as well. The cost to live on campus versus off campus can be a significant difference. This was part of the reason why I believe Jenny Conrad wrote me that letter on September 27th, 2001. The cost, and I'm going to continue reading this. The cost to live on campus versus off campus can be a significant difference. Many collegiate students will rent with roommates and live off campus for financial reasons and financial savings, without the continuing income from students renting the properties around Indiana Wesleyan University. Those homes may be coming on the market to be sold. This, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say it, played a big role in my inability to adapt to college life. Now I'm going to continue reading the statement that was posted on Indiana Wesleyan University's website. Also, there is a meal plan in place for students to remain on campus. In another quote directly from the IWU website, it states, and I'm quoting this from them, all residents and students have a meal plan which is accessed through their student ID. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served Monday through Friday, brunch and dinner on Saturday and Sunday. Commuters, and yes, this was a commuter student back in the fall of 2001, right here. Commuters may also dine in at the resident dining room by paying at the door or by using a commuter meal plan through Pioneer Dining Services. The Wildcat Express features the 42nd Street Deli, Firehouse Grill, Casa del Gato, Wild Walk, Mario's Pizza and Grinders, Chick-fil-A, lots of snack items, beverages, and fresh baked cookies and pastries. Residents may use their meal card or to purchase items. Commuters may purchase items or use a commuter meal plan. This was one factor. Yeah. Oh, I just got, oh my God. I just got alerted about something. I want to read something. I just got this on Facebook Messengers. This is from the tip. I want to read it with you. The person says, okay, so I want to make sure I'm understanding this. Forgive me because I'm not completely sure. So, you struggled with adapting to the college life because of being married and not living on campus, as well as not being able to have a place to go due to being commuter. And were these addressed to IWU when I first enrolled, but nothing was done just until recently? Okay. To answer that question, as far as yeah, pardon me, I'm sorry for my clumsiness. Now, now keep in mind this is oh, there we go. Okay. Excuse me. And the answer to that question is I had attempted to address these to IWU when I was a student there, and I'm sorry to say it. This should have been addressed when I even applied to Indiana Wesleyan University. Had I known about it, then I would have never even applied to the university, ever. So, that being said, this is one of those sad but true moments. So, fast forward from September 27th, 2001 to today, the 7th of February, 2019. Also on a Thursday. Fast forward to today. And 906 weeks later. On my 7th grade field trip to Indiana Wesleyan University in April of 1996, which happened to be, ironically, would be the final school field trip I would ever take. Now, just keep in mind, my 7th grade field trip to Indiana Wesleyan University in April 1996. Hard evidence I received two bags of Lay's potato chips at Lance's New Market that were on sale for $5. Two 12-ounce cans of Diet Coke at Kmart for $5. Two 2-liters of Diet Coke for $1.99 plus tax at the CVS pharmacy. And a jar of Ragu spaghetti sauce that sold for 88 cents, and a pound of bananas for 38 cents at Marsh, as well as the new IWU housing policy I have mentioned. In addition to the aforementioned hard evidence and the 7th grade field trip from 1996. And I will say notable, and I repeat notable statements and conversations I have had with 1, 2, 3, 4 4 of my former IWU classmates. I'm not going to mention them in this clip because you know who you are, if you recognize me. And now we know the truth. I now know who caused the disenrollment of yours truly from Benita West University. I now know what caused, or should I say, who caused yours truly to get disenrolled from Benita West University, and who played a big role in this. And unfortunately, those parties have since passed away. So, the two individuals played a key role into my college disenrollment from Indiana Wesleyan University on September 27th, 2001. It happened to be two of my cousins. And I'm not going to mention any names. But I posted them on my website, avazinn.com. I had thought for years that IWU's Jenny Conrad and what was then Life Center counselor Vance Maloney, who were the main culprits. During those years, I had done a number of my investigations of the facts, completed interviews, and had ran into numerous dead ends that are as bad as a wild goose chase in the search for clues. But last year, when I was over at the Voc Rehab down in Marion, Indiana, I was wearing this exact same shirt and a pair of blue jeans. And from looking at that, and from my memory, I knew I was gonna get a final answer. A 17-year-old mystery was going to be solved. And I can tell you, Sam Murphy from Voc Rehab couldn't do it in 2001, but several people here in Fort Wayne did. And I recently awarded them a Whistleblowers Award. But they'll be saying it's something else. Something I just rather not get into. Okay. Now, after that Voc Rehab, visit in 2018, and I did not ever realize this when the U-Haul I paid for came down on 29th and Cary on May 14th, 2018. That was the sign that my time in Marion was over. And that things were going to things were changing. So, once I got to Fort Wayne, I had sent the evidence that was available, that I had kept from September 27th, to a top secret location I'm not going to mention. And I'm not even going to mention where it's even located. The hard evidence I have had from September 27th linked two of my cousins. After years of hard work and some help up here in Fort Wayne, I was able to zero in on the culprits. And I had developed probable cause to posthumously charge both my cousins with obstruction of evidence, or should I say, obstruction of justice. And like I said, since they have since died, we can't charge them. We can't even penalize them. But back to the new IWU housing policy that's going to take effect anyway. Like I said, had I known about that housing policy been in place, and had I known about it, I would have never applied to IWU ever. But today, after 17 years, after my disenrollment from Indiana Wesleyan University, that IWU housing policy is the tip that I think will put my disenrollment case to bed once and for all. Once I get everything I needed. Once I get everything I need, I should say. And what may be the most bizarre twist is that after review, viewing the September 27th, 2001 letter on paper almost several times and replaying that scenario in my head over and over and over. I can tell you it was riddled with numerous mistakes, missed opportunities, not because I'm a transgendered woman now, but like many small college towns with a big campus, like Indiana Wesleyan University and mental health organizations that aren't going to do diddly poo. They held on to their pride, wanting to do things their way without any freaking regard to criticism from their students and clients. This has been a broken-hearted process for yours truly. And I will probably never know what really happens and why it happens. But most important of all, I will say that the IDB cold case will finally be resolved after 17 and a half years. I'm Ava Zinn, reminding you to help to our child's education. Have them immunized, and may Fort Wayne's good news be yours. And hopefully mine.